And good evening. We are live here from Nicholls State University John L. Guidry Stadium for some Sunday night football. Got the CCA Lions and the South Terrebonne Gators. Casey Gisclair here live. This game was supposed to be played Friday, was postponed until Sunday because of the storm. But we're super happy to be able to get it in. South Terrebonne and CCA both got wins in the opening week of the season. Trying to stay hot. Somebody's going to get to 2-0 tonight. It is a hot night here in Thibodaux, but that's going to cool off as the sun goes down. We hope to keep the rain away. CCA is going to have the first possession. Jaden Carter is back deep. He is a dangerous and explosive return man. Also number 10, Carson Abear and Jahari Carter. Let's have some fun here on a Sunday. South Terrebonne will have their kicker take the field. That'll be Michael Gutierrez. CCA trying to get a win against a 4A opponent would be a huge win for their school. And a crosstown rivalry matchup. Gutierrez has the ball on the tee. Let's have some fun for the next couple of hours, shall we? And we're underway with a wobbly kick that is going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Abear will get to about the 40-yard line, so good opening field position for CCA. And that's where the Lions will take over. CCA's explosive, high-powered offense will take the field first. The ball will be on the right hash right at the 40-yard line. Quarterback Owen Trosclair will lead his guys out onto the field. You'll have in the backfield Connor Lally. CCA in the gun. Ball on the right hash. South Terrebonne with a three-man front. There's the snap. They'll hand it to Lally. A nice gain on the right side across midfield. He's driving to the 42-yard line. So they get a first down on first down, and CCA is across midfield.
However, it'll bring up a big first down for the Lions as they move the ball all the way down to the Gators' 41.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for CCA, just underway here from Thibodaux. Trosclair with Lally. Shotgun set. 3-receiver set. Carter in motion. There's the shotgun snap. They give it to Lally again. Big old hole, driving forward. Big gain. He's going to get to the 20, to the 15, cutting at the 10. He's dropped at the 5, and CCA will be in the red zone after a couple of big gains from Lally. So CCA uses 2 plays to get into prime scoring position. And it'll be 1st and goal, just underway, but the Lions are already cooking with grease. See if they give it to Lally again. They stay in the gun. A couple of backs in the backfield now. Strong side of the field to the right. There's the snap. It'll be a quarterback keep. He's hit at the line, and he's going to be driven backwards. They push him forward to about the 2. So he got about 3 on the play. Nice gain on first down. It's Carson Abear on the carry. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal for CCA, trying to drive it in early. Abear, the quarterback in the gun, waiting on the snap. He's got it. Direct snap up the middle, and he's in. So CCA will strike first with a long touchdown drive that encompasses a short amount of time. It's 6-0 Lions. CCA goes right down the field, all on the ground, and they strike first. Coach Jesse Turner is fired up. And with good reason. Burkle will attempt the extra point. Snap is there. Kick is a line drive. That is through. No good. Missed it to the left. So we'll see if that is a factor later on. With 10:24 to go, CCA strikes first. They lead 6-0. Let's go ahead and talk to some of our sponsors here. Thanks for watching on a Sunday night on Bayou Sports. So the first drive of the game goes exactly the way that CCA would have wanted. They go straight down the field and score. Now South Terrebonne will get a crack at it.
Number 6, Trey Smith.
Looks like the Gators have Smith, Ricks, and some others back. They caught near the end zone. Pinell working it up the field across the 20. He's hit and he's dropped at the 20. And that's where South Terrebonne will play their first possession of the game. So now we'll get a look at Breeze Blanchard, the starting quarterback for the Gators. He's going to lead his team out there for their first offensive possession. Blanchard is a good athlete. Ball at the 21-yard line, just underway from Thibodaux.
Let's go get him, Grayson.
And here come the Gators taking the field. The Gators are going to be balanced. They're going to do a little run. They're going to do a little pass. See if South Terrebonne can make something happen on the first drive of the game, just like CCA did. Coach Aaron Babin in his third season with the Gators. They're going to start in a pistol. Man in motion is Ricks. High snap, corralled, up the middle handoff. Not a whole lot. And a really good lick laid by the CCA defense. The carry was on the number 26, Brody Dupree. So a good first down defensive play, but the Gators did get 2. Bring up 2nd and 8. With 9:53 and counting here in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us on this Sunday. Ball will remain on the right hash. Blanchard looking over to the sideline. They're going to have to hurry up here. There's only 10 on the clock, and I think they're going to have to call a timeout here. I think they're having some headset issues, and they're going to have to call a timeout. So Coach Aaron Babin gives the signal. Saw some of the coaches out there saying, hey, like we're not talking to one another. I think they're having some communication issues with the headphones, so they'll have to use an early timeout. With 9:30 to go in the opening quarter. Overcast night here in Thibodaux. I say night, it's still afternoon. We hope that the rain stays away. It was drizzling a little bit in the pregame. See if South Terrebonne can clean up some of that communication. There's no feeling of helplessness like not being able to talk to your guys. And that was exactly the issue that they had there on that last snap. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 when play resumes. Blanchard will be in that pistol again with Dupree. 2nd and 8. Blanchard hands it off again. Trying to bounce outside. Has a nice gain. Is going to be dropped at the 27. So not a huge gain, but he got far closer. It'll be a very manageable 3rd down and short. 3rd and about 4 for the Gators. After giving up the early score, you know they want to stay on the field here, but they've got 4 yards to get. For CCA, you want to be watching the football here. You don't want to jump off sides and give it to them for free. They stay in that pistol. Blanchard, the straight drop, throws it to the sidelines. It's going to be caught, and it's going to be a first down out to the 40. Driving to the 43-yard line is Michael Gutierrez, the senior wide receiver. So good pitch and catch there for the Gators. Gets them their first down of the game. It is a Golden Motors first down. Or excuse me, a Terrebonne General first down. Golden Motors is for my South Lafourche broadcast. Got my sponsors a little mixed up there. 8:28 and counting in the opening quarter. Blanchard staying in that pistol. Waiting on the snap. It's a stretch run to Ricks, looking to turn the corner. He's hit behind the line and dropped. Great job by the CCA defense that time, throwing him backwards, and it'll be second and long. Nice size crowd here at John L. Guidry Stadium. Folks turning out on a Sunday. That was Ricks on the carry. The sophomore, he played a lot as a freshman last year for the Gators. They're super excited about him. Second down and 11 for South Terrebonne, trying to answer CCA's early score. Trips to the right side of the field in that pistol. Blanchard's got the snap, straight drop. Will shoot it deep down the field. He's got a man, and he overshot the intended receiver, Pinell, who was open. Got behind the defensive backs, but the throw sailed wide, and it falls incomplete. So Coach Babin dialing up a shot, and the Gators just couldn't quite convert. Now it'll set up 3rd and 11. See what the call is here for the Gators. They've got to get to the CCA 48-yard line. Coach Jesse Turner telling his sideline, hey, let's make some noise here. Let's get excited. CCA's defense trying to get a big stop. Blanchard in that pistol. Ball still on the left hash. Gets the snap. Under some pressure. It's a bubble screen. Caught by Gutierrez. He's stacked up. Dropped. The ball is out. And I think the Gators maybe fell on it. No, it's still out. And they'll say that the Gators maintained possession of the football before the second fumble. But that is well short of the first down, and it is going to create a punting situation for the Gators as the Lions defense holds. The tackle was made by number 2, Bailey Streams. And a really nice defensive play that time by CCA. The punter standing at his own 23-yard line. Snap gets to him. Bombs away. Wobbly kick. That's going to go all the way back to the 20-yard line. Dropped by the return man who picks it up. Now working towards the sideline, making a man miss and goes out of bounds there. That's number 10, Carson Hebert with a nice return. And the Lions will have their second possession with 6:31 to go in the opening quarter. In a 6-0 ball game. Super excited that you're with us here tonight. This might be the last snap before the heat and humidity break here, which would lead us to a timeout. CCA came out running heavy, putting the ball in Lolly's hands on that first drive. Let's see if they come back with it here. He is in the backfield. Waiting on the snap. It's going to be a sweep run to the outside. The ball's fumbled. Quarterback picks it up, looking to turn the corner, and he's going to be hit hard and dropped. So the timing of that one busted up. Good job by Trosclair falling on the football. And he loses a couple of yards, and that will lead us to the heat and humidity timeout as the clock will run to the 6-minute mark. So, as the players get rehydrated, let's thank some of our sponsors. It's 6-0 CCA here from Nicholls State University. Welcome back. Here to be 2nd and 13 for CCA as play resumes after the humidity timeout. Trosclair back in the gun with Lally. Strong side of the field is to the right. They got trips that way. Man in motion is Streams. There's the snap. Trosclair shoots it down the middle. Caught by Carter. He's going to be hit and dropped near midfield. But it is a Terrebonne General first down for CCA. Jahari Carter makes the play. And with 5:43 and counting in the opening quarter, the Lions are on the move again. Good throw from Trosclair. CCA hitting them in every which direction in the early stages of the game. 5:26 and counting. Play clock down to 10. Trips to the left side of the formation. Man in motion is Carter, Jaden Carter. They'll hand it to Lally. Big hole. Drives across the 45. Pumping his legs to the 41. So a gain of about 8 yards on first down as CCA will stay ahead of the chains. Coach Jesse Turner told us on my radio show play-by-play, he said, hey, this is one of the most talented teams I have ever had, and we are seeing it in the early stages of the ball game here. See if the Gators could stiffen up on the defensive side. 2nd and 1. They hand it to Lally again. Big old gain again across the 35, across the 30. Lowers his shoulder, and he's shoved out at the 27. That's another Terrebonne General first down for the Lions. CCA is running it, they're throwing it, and they're having their way in the early stages. Clock continues to run. CCA trying to go up 2 scores in the early stages. They are 8 yards away from the State Bank red zone. Ball on the left hash. Trosclair waiting on the snap. He's got it. Straight drop. Throws it to the sideline. Incomplete. Boy. Dangerous throw that time. 41 for the Gators. Nearly jumped the route. That was Aiden Jones. It was intended for Carter and fell incomplete. So 2nd and 10. No harm, no foul. For those just tuning in, the Lions got the football to start the game, drove straight down the field and scored, then got a defensive stop. And now they're on the move again. It's a handoff. And Abear on the carry. He's tripped up near the 21-yard line. A nice second down gain. That is Carson Abear. So we've seen Lally, now we've seen Carson Abear, and we've seen everybody just about gaining some yards to bring up third down and about 2.5, 3 yards. Ball on the right hash. CCA trying to get the first down here. You would think 4-down territory. Hand it off to Lally, and he's got the first down, and he's in the State Bank red zone. He gets to the 16-yard line, pick up a 5, and the Lions keep the chains moving. And the Lions continue to run that football hard. Ball at the 17-yard line, right at the 3-minute mark in the opening quarter. It's been all Lions early on. They are in a shotgun 4-receiver set. Now it's an empty set. Carter out there at quarterback. Gets a high snap. Looking to make a push to the corner. He cuts inside, driving inside the 10. And boy, an outstanding job that time by Carter. First catching the snap, and then second working up the field, picking up 11 on the play. Dupree on the stop for South Terrebonne. And now it'll be 1st and goal for the Lions. 2:30 and counting in the opening quarter. CCA trying to drive in another one. Carter at quarterback. Joining him is Lally. Carter gets the direct snap. And he's going to get outside and get into the end zone. So CCA will add 6 points to their lead on a touchdown run from Jaden Carter, and it is 12-0 Lions. The entire offseason, we heard about the explosiveness of CCA, and that has been on full display in the opening quarter here. Carson Hebert will attempt the extra point. Missed the first one wide left. Let's see if he could bang this one home. He is a very good kicker. Snap is there. The kick is up, and it is right down Broadway this time. So it's 13-0 CCA. We're still just in the first quarter here. Let's hear from some of our sponsors on Bayou Sport.
My name's Courtney Dewey. My name's Cameron Ojino. I'm Caitlin Tiger. My name's Phoenix Bure. I'm Lily Conley. I'm Caitlin Luke. I'm Caroline Hema. My name's Carla Wallace. I'm Marley Roberts. My name's Paige Schultz. We are the South Boone Varsity Volleyball Team, and we support Bayou Sports. Go Stars!
It's a South Terrebonne offense that would prefer to stay ahead on the scoreboard and not fall behind the chains. They're behind 2 scores now. CCA will be kicking it back to them in the late stages of the first quarter. It's the kick. And we've got a touchback, folks. So the Gators will take over at the 20. That is such a weapon at the high school level when you could put that ball into the end zone, make the team drive the whole length of the field. And Blanchard and the crew will take the field again for a second time, trying to have a little better luck this time in their second possession of the game. Coach Babin gathering his guys. They'll take the field.
Let's go 52. Let's go 52.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 for South Terrebonne. Dupre in the backfield with Blanchard. A couple of juniors back there for South Terrebonne. And that pistol. High snap. They'll swing it outside to Ricks, who's going to be stacked up. I think Ricks was maybe going to look to throw the football there, and a late flag will come in, and there's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on CCA. So the negative play is going to be negated by a defensive foul. Coach Turner's not happy about that. But back to the point, I think Jarre Ricks was going to look to throw the football there. It was a backwards pass. They had receivers running down the field. He just didn't have any time to do anything. And the foul is going to move the football to the 29-yard line. Well, it's not going to be an automatic first down, so it will be 2nd down and 1 after the foul. I think they'll put this one in Dupre's belly. Let's see. There's the handoff. He's hit, stacked up behind the line. Number 27 for CCA, Peyton Trosclair on the stop. That CCA defense shooting into the gaps and doing an outstanding job defensively in the early stages. So 3rd down and 3 for a South Terrebonne team that is struggling to get going here in the early stages. It is going to be Ricks in the backfield with Blanchard this time in that pistol. Sending a man in motion, tight end, flanking from the right side of the formation to the left. The stretch run to Ricks, looking to turn the corner. He gets outside and has a big gain across the 40. He's hit and dropped at the 45. So that's a Terrebonne General first down for South Terrebonne. All the way to the 47-yard line, inside of a minute to go in the opening quarter. And boy, South Terrebonne desperately needed that first down there. First and 10 from the 47, right at 40 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Might be the last snap of the quarter. Blanchard, shuffling personnel. Hands it to Ricks again. Ricks will be stacked up near midfield and dropped. With 24 seconds to go, the Gators don't have to run another play. I don't think that they will. They don't seem to be in any hurry. It'll be 2nd and 6 when play resumes. Oh, they're getting on the football, maybe to try for a hard count here before the quarter break. Clock down to 6. And there's a hard count, and they will not run a play. So that'll be the end of the first quarter with our score. CCA 13, South Terrebonne 0. Let's hear from our sponsors here. Thanks for watching on Bayou Sports. We start the second quarter. South Terrebonne down 13-0. They are at the CCA 49 in desperate need of some points. It'll be 2nd and 6 when play resumes. They're now going right to left. You see that on your television screen or mobile phone, whatever device you're using. Dupre in the backfield with Blanchard. Handed to Blanchard. Gets a nice gain. He's going to pick up about 4 or 5, just short of the first down, I think. Nope, they'll give him the first down. Move the chains. That is a Terrebonne General first down. So he gets to the 43. So South Terrebonne now on the move, trying to answer the early onslaught from CCA. Blanchard staying in that pistol with Dupre. Their strategy today is going to be, hey, we're the 4A school here. Let's try to break these guys down as the game goes on. But they got to stay close to make that happen. They handed to Dupre. Inside handoff. Not much. Good job by the CCA defense that time. See 52 in there for the Lions. Brayson Pauville, sophomore linebacker.
52. That's going to be Bryson Pauville.
So 11 minutes to go in the opening half. Super happy that you're with us on this Sunday. We thank everybody for their patience this week. I know it's been a wild week with the storm. Hopefully everybody is doing okay. Hopefully everybody's got their power back, all that good stuff. Ball smack dab in the middle of the field. Blanchard shuffling a man in motion. Hands it to Ricks, trying to turn the corner. He's hit. He's dropped. There's a flag on the play. And he lost yards. Is going to be holding on South Terrebonne, and I think the Lions are going to decline this one. I think Coach Jesse Turner is going to want 3rd and long instead of 2nd and long. They're discussing it, and he is going to decline the penalty. I think that's a good move. So because of the loss of yardage, it would be 3rd and 11. The flag would have made it about 2nd and 17. Jesse says, you know what, we'll go ahead and take the down. Actually, they'll make it 3rd and 9. He got a little more yardage than I thought. But I still think a good decision by CCA. Yeah, they are going to move that football back. It is 3rd and 11. I thought my eyes saw that correctly. A blind squirrel finds an acorn every once in a while, folks. 3rd and 11. Blanchard Straight drop. Under pressure, he's hit, he's dropped. A sack by CCA, number 11, Owen Trosclair. Blanchard was looking down the field, and he got leveled, and the Gators are going to have to punt it away. Good interior pressure by the CCA line. They bend, but they don't break. Dupree will punt it away. Number 10 and number 4, Carson Hebert and Jaden Carter back deep. There's the snap. Kick is away. It's a wobbly kick on the right side of the field. Bounces at the 20. Yeah, that'll do it for South Terrebonne. They flip the field, pin them inside the 20. But they would have loved to score some points on that drive after crossing midfield. And now CCA will have another drive at the 9:53 mark in the opening half.
They don't know what hit them. They don't know what hit them.
Ball at their own 18-yard line. We'll run down some of our local scores in the area at halftime. Not everyone was able to play, but we got a few games in.
Real quick.
1st and 10 for CCA. Ball at their own 18-yard line. Trosclair with Lally in that shotgun set. That pistol look. Hands it to Lally. Picking through the line. He's stacked up. He gets across the 20, but not a huge gain. Got about 3 or 4. That's a good first down gain for CCA.
Tackled by several Gator players. On the play for the Gators, looks like it's going to be number 28.
See, the Lions thought they were going to have Cade Atkins available at quarterback, but he was ruled ineligible the week before the first week of the season. Trosclair doing a good job under center right now with trips to the right side of the formation. He's going to throw it to the sideline, out to Streams. Streams is going to break tackles across the 30, driving to the 35, and that is another Terrebonne General first down for CCA. Weapon after weapon after weapon. These guys have so many guys who could touch the football. And we've seen a little bit of all of them in the first half. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 35-yard line in the middle stages of the second quarter. Trosclair with Lally, trips to the left side of the formation. That is the strong side of the field. They'll hand it to Lally off left tackle, has a nice hold driving across the 40. And boy, it's just been consistent tonight. They've been able to get that 4 or 5 yards on first down just about every time. He got 6 that time.
And John Cotton making the play. 2nd down and 4 yards to go for your Lions.
8-10 and counting in the opening half. CCA 13-0. On the move, trying to get a little more. Coach Turner and his offense being very methodical. In that pistol, Lally with Trosclair. Shuffling a man in motion, looking to throw under pressure, steps up, shoots it deep down the field. Caught! What a reception that time from number 27, Peyton Trosclair. Brother to brother. And CCA cooking with grease. That is a long play and a Terrebonne General first down. And they're right into the State Bank red zone at the 20-yard line. I cannot emphasize how cool that must be to complete a long pass to your brother deep down the field, Trosclair to Trosclair, and the Lions are now in the red zone. Jaden Carter will take a direct snap here. He'll throw it to the sideline out to Streams. Streams will be tripped up at about the 12, so another good first down gain for the Lions. Right at 7 minutes to go. Seeing Carter throw the football. He has primarily been a runner out of that direct snap. There, he showed that he's not afraid to put it in the air. He's going to take another direct snap here, joined by Lally in the backfield. And a timeout called by South Terrebonne. So the Gators are struggling for answers right now, and CCA trying to go up 3 scores. 6:37 to go in the opening half. Let's thank some of our sponsors. Thanks for watching here on Bayou Sports. So CCA will have the football out of the timeout at the Gator 13-yard line, trying to drive another one in. The Gators have just utilized their second timeout of the half. Coach Babin and his team got a win in week 1, but boy, they have really struggled here today. Still early. Let's see if their defense can stand tall. Carter will take another direct snap. Late onto the field is Peyton Trosclair. He'll get the signal from Carter. Carter will keep it on the direct snap. He's hit, stacked up, and dropped at about the 11. So pretty good job there by the Gator defense. We'll bring up 3rd and short. CCA does not have to run another play before the heat and humidity break here. There's about an 8-second difference between the clocks. Let's see what they opt to do. They're going to get on the line of scrimmage here. Don't know that they'll get this one off. They break the huddle at 7 before the heat and humidity break. And no, they're going to let them go. Yeah, no, they blow it dead there. So the heat and humidity timeout with 5:58 to go. You know what? We'll keep it here, but we will thank some of our sponsors. I want to personally thank some people here. We want to thank State Bank and Trust Company. State Bank and Trust Company has been a sponsor of ours from day one. They have always been behind Bayou Sports, and they have always supported what we do. I could not thank Mr. Steve LaFleur, Mr. Charles Plaisance, and all of the folks out there anymore for their support. I want to thank the law office of Jure Jambon Jaro, LLC, attorney and notary. For your legal needs, give her a shout, 985-693-3308. We also want to thank our good friends, Dufresne Building Materials. Go and experience the Dufresne difference with so many locations to serve you up and down the Gulf Coast and even into Mississippi. We want to thank Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home, and Joe Septic Contractors, on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. And also, we can't forget about our friends over at the Gin Gators, especially during hurricane season. Go see the Gin Gators. They have been working hard to service their clients. We're back at him here, 3rd and short. CCA gets Trosclair back on the field, direct snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to get a first down. He's inside the 5 driving. He didn't get into the end zone, but he got awfully close, and it is a Terrebonne General first down. Just the surge that the Lions have been able to get up front today has been very impressive. And it is going to be 1st and goal from the 2. Lally and Trosclair will be in the gun. They hand it to Lally, and he's going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. CCA adds another score to their lead, and it is 19-0. Lions will attempt the extra point. It has been all CCA so far. The extra point will be attempted by Carson Abear. 27, Peyton Trosclair to hold. Snap is there, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So CCA adds another point to their lead. It is 20-0, and we'll continue to thank some of our sponsors. How about my godmother, Nanny Lori? I love you so much. Mimo's Cajun Cuisine. Go get some lasagna. Go get some gumbo, the best food down the bayou. Go visit Mimon's Cajun Cuisine for some of the best food that you're ever going to eat. Golden Motors, where price is priority. We thank Neil and Maurice and all the folks out there so much for their support. How about our friends at DTB Clothing? Go visit Nick and Claire today. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is made by DTB Clothing, and I would encourage you guys to visit them today for all of your apparel needs. How about Infinity Energy Services, LLC? They're a big supporter of CCA. They're a big supporter of our area. We thank them so much for their support of Bayou Sports. It is 20-0, CCA in front. Pinell will be back deep. The Gators have a chance to get 2 possessions in a row here. If they could keep possession, have a chance to maybe double up with 5:27 to go. There's the kickoff. And it'll be fielded right at the 1-yard line by Pinell. Across the 20, across the 30, loses the football. Ball's on the ground. They're fighting for it, and I think South Terrebonne got it back. I think Pinell fell on it. Let's see. Yep, he did. So the Gators will get the football back, and boy, that would have just been disastrous for the Gators. 5:18 and 1 timeout for the Gators, down 20-0. Both of these teams 1-0 on the season. Someone's trying to get to 2-0. Breeze Blanchard will have Jare Ricks with him in that pistol. There's the snap. Stretch handoff to Ricks. It's hit hard, the ball's out, and the Gators fall on it again. So for the second straight play, the Gators put the ball on the ground. That time Trinity Dean picks it up and saves the day. .457 and counting in the opening half. It was a gain of about 3. He gained 4 or 5. The fumble nudged him back a little bit. Now the Gators staying in that pistol. Dupre with Blanchard. Dupre will hand it to Dupre has the handoff from Blanchard. My apologies. And he gets a first down. That's a Terrebonne General first down. So despite my being tongue-tied, we see a first down from the Gators. With 4:25 and counting in the opening half. The Gators want to score before the half, get it back, and try to make it happen again in the second half. They've got a long way to go. Still at their own 43. Blanchard hands it to Ricks. Not much. Not much. A good job by the middle of that CCA defense. Pretty much no gain that time. He maybe gained a half a yard. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 3:44 and counting. Blanchard with Dupre. Blanchard comes with the hard count. They don't offer.
2nd and 10 for the Gators.
Waiting on the snap. Play clock down to 4. There he gets the snap. Hands it to Dupre. Off the right tackle. He's driving and stopped at the 48-yard line. So he doesn't have the first down. He got about half of it. He got about 5 that time. Number 52 for South Terrebonne, Kenner Boudreau, lost his helmet and is going to have to leave the game for a play. Davion Hester, the sophomore, will be his replacement for this snap. On a very important 3rd down and 5 for South Terrebonne. They've got to get to the line, 47-yard line, right at the 3-minute mark.
3rd down and 5 for the game. Critical 3rd down line.
Blanchard in that pistol, a bunched up 4-receiver set. Play action, rolls out. Throws it deep down the field, into coverage, and it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Lions. It was intended for Ricks. CCA didn't give an inch. Carter and Williams were in coverage. And now it'll be 4th down, and it looks like the Gators are going to punt the football. Lincoln Dupre, the punter. You want to pin him back here if you're South Terrebonne. There's the snap. The kick is away. It's a wobbly kick towards the sideline. Not his best effort. It'll bounce at the 24 and go out there. So CCA's got 2 minutes and 35 seconds and all 3 timeouts to try to add to their lead. But if you're Jesse Turner, you also want to be cognizant of the fact that you've got all the momentum right now. You don't want to do anything foolish before half. See what the Lions come with here. Should be 1st and 10 for CCA. There's a little rain starting to fall here. Hopefully that does not become a theme. I do have a nice press box to go into if that becomes a theme. But I like to be out here in the elements. 1st and 10 for Trosclair. And Lolly. Trips to the right. Trosclair will keep it. Shoot it down the sideline. Caught by Streams. He's going to be driving near midfield and pushed out of bounds. So Bailey Streams gets a Terrebonne General 1st down, and CCA is showcasing their ability to put the ball in the air. And just like that, CCA gets 25 on 1st down. They're on the ball quick, even though the clock did stop as the receiver went out of bounds. Hand it to Lolly. Lolly bouncing outside, breaking a tackle. He's got another Terrebonne General 1st down. Pickup of about 10. About 11. And it is another 1st down. The Gators have just not had an answer tonight. CCA has run it, they've thrown it, and they've had a lot of success doing both. So now CCA with the ball at the Gator 40-yard line. Gets the snap, shoots it to the sideline. Carter's got it. Carter cuts inside. He's being held up by the jersey, but still keeping his legs going, and he'll be tripped up and stopped at about the 32. But again, another gain of about 8.
Number 6. Number 41.
And it'll be 2nd and 2. Clock running, 1:55 and counting. CCA not in a hurry. No reason to be in a hurry. You got all 3 of your timeouts here. You got plenty of time. Trosclair with Lolly. Ball on the strong side of the field. 3 receivers that way. Landon LeCompte out there. Handed to Lolly. Big gain. He's driving forward, and he's tripped up at about the 19-yard line. CCA will be in the State Bank red zone again. And it is another Terrebonne General 1st down. We have been saying that an awful lot here in this first half. The Lions, again, being very patient. 1:07 and counting. They know they've got all their timeouts. Don't need to be in a hurry. Ball at the 20-yard line. .57 seconds to go. Play clock running down to 5. They've got to hurry a bit. Trosclair gets the snap. He'll shoot it to the sideline. It's going to be caught. Cutting inside and dropped at about the 14-yard line is number 16, Kaysen Perry. So a good job by Kaysen Perry on the grab, getting up the field in the first time out of the half by Jesse Turner with 44 seconds to go. Let's thank some sponsors while we're at it. I want to thank the Bayou Country Children's Museum, one of our new sponsors. Y'all, go visit the Bayou Country Children's Museum. They are an absolute local marvel, a beautiful facility. We thank them so much for their support. The Terry L. Hunter III Foundation, raising awareness for suicide prevention. We thank the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. You like to fish? Well, get some Four Horsemen tackle. Established in 2017, they have been helping locals catch all the big ones. And also our friends at Bon Terre Credit. We thank them so much for their support of Bayou Sports.
That was the first timeout called of the half. So they have 2 more inside the red zone.
2 timeouts remaining for CCA and 44 seconds to go in the half. It is 2nd and 4 here from John L. Guidry Stadium. Trosclair has played very, very well. He's in the backfield with Carson Hebert. He's going to throw a fade to the corner, and it's going to be caught out of bounds. Jahari Carter caught the football, but he was out of bounds. No good call by the officials. A little less air under that one, and I think it would have been a touchdown for the Lions. And brings up 3rd and 4 now. We know CCA does have a kicker with the range to make a field goal, but I don't think Jesse's interested in that. See what they come with here on this 3rd down. Carson Hebert stays in the backfield with Trosclair. They toss it out there. Hebert is going to be stacked up for a loss. Good job by the South Terrebonne defense. See if Jesse Turner maybe calls a time. Oh, I thought he was going to call a timeout at 1 and maybe kick it, but he calls the timeout right away, which leads me to think they might be going for it here. So it'll be 4th and about 5 with 30 seconds to go. South Terrebonne will get the football to start the second half. A stop here for them would be huge. The ball's at the 14-yard line. Shout out to Coach Randy Bouquet out there getting the cheerleaders fired up. He's the athletic director here at CCA. Does a good job. One heck of a football coach in his time as well. One more timeout for CCA. The clock will stop if they get a first down. Oh, stop momentarily while they reset the chains, that is. But they've got 5 yards to get before that's a reality. Lolly back there in the backfield with Trosclair. Trips to the left. Come with the hard count. The Gators do not flinch. Play clock still just at 18. A snap that no one's ready for. The ball's loose. Trosclair will pick it up. He's leveled, and the Gators fall on the football. My goodness. Trosclair took a lick, and South Terrebonne will take over the football. Turnover on downs. But my goodness, the quarterback, Owen Trosclair, got hammered on that play. And we certainly hope that he's okay. With just 24 seconds, you wouldn't expect the Gators to be super aggressive here, but most importantly for them, they get the stop. They're at their own 21. Saw that situation yesterday in the LSU game with a little miscommunication between the center and the quarterback. Blanchard. I think he's handing this one to Dupre, and I think we're calling it a half, but let's see if I'm wrong. Nope, they're throwing it. They're going to be aggressive. Steps up, looking down the field, shoots it as far as he can down the field, and it's incomplete. An outstanding play in coverage by Jahari Carter that time. There's a flag. It's holding on South Terrebonne, so even had the pass been completed, it would not have stood. So it's holding. Coach Turner's going to take the yards. You're not worried about the downs with 16 seconds left. And again, I just think that Coach Babin is going to sit on the football here and take it to half. They tried to take a shot on the first play, and now even further back into their end zone. I think it might just be kneel down time.
Great pressure on the quarterback.
Ricks is in the backfield. It's the snap. They will hand it off. Picking through the line, and he's going to be hit and stacked up. Not a whole lot. The clock continuing to run, 7 seconds. Neither team is calling a timeout that I'm aware of, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. So we played a half here from Nicholls State University. CCA has 20. South Terrebonne has 0. Let's enjoy a little break. Go make a sandwich. Go get a Coke. We're going to have our halftime break here. Thanks for watching on Bayou Sports. So, after a halftime break, we are back. Thank everybody for sticking around. Hope everybody is enjoying themselves here. It's 20-0. CCA leads. South Terrebonne will have the first possession. And we'll see if the Gators can make something happen here. The Lions will take the field. Super happy you're with us. I was checking out. First and foremost, during halftime, I like to play some of the ads, but then I also go and talk to some of my people. Had a great conversation with a couple of the Lion fans out here. But I was checking some of the numbers on the live stream. We think we got a big old audience tonight. We thank everybody for watching. Carson Hebert has the ball on the tee. Pinell, Ricks, and others are back deep. The Gators are going to have to make something happen here early in the second half after struggling through the first half. Line drive, wobbly kick, fielded by Ricks. Drops it into the end zone, and that'll cause a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. The Gators did not have a whole lot of explosiveness in the first half. Not a whole lot of chunk plays. And CCA was able to keep them against the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lions. Ball smack dab at the 20-yard line. Breeze Blanchard leads his troops back out onto the field. Brody Dupre has been the running back for a lot of the first half, as well as Jare Ricks. They're both in the backfield now on this first play of the third quarter. They give it to Ricks. Off right tackle, drives forward. Very minimal gain. Gain about 2 or 3. Level on the tackle for the Lions. Make the argument that this would be one of the bigger wins for CCA in the history of their program. If you could beat a 4A local school, that'd be just huge for this school. Still a little ways to go as they're just putting on the lights on here, John L. Guidry. Blanchard looks to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Pinell. Shot it out of bounds, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Announcement. I need several vehicles to be moved from the exit. We have a black Chevrolet Tahoe. Looks like it's got 22-inch rims on it.
So 3rd down and 7.
License plate number
11:18 to go in the very young third quarter. Blanchard in the gun. Gets the snap. Under some pressure, it's a screen. Dupre's got it. Working up the field, a really nice gain. He's got a Terrebonne General first down and more. Shoved out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So there's a first down. And maybe a little momentum for the Gators.
number 20 on the play.
Working it out to the 46-yard line. Be 1st and 10 from there. Blanchard waiting on the snap, looks to the sideline. Play clock still down to 17, plenty of time. He has Ricks in the backfield with him this time. Hands it to Ricks. Hit a little after the line of scrimmage, but a minimal gain. Good job by the middle of the CCA defense again. Gain of about 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. They hand it to Ricks. He's hit in the backfield, and he's driven backwards. Nothing that time. Good job on the tackle by number 10, Carson Hebert, and others. Burrell also on the stop. Ball at midfield. It is 3rd down and 6. Blanchard in the gun with the strong side of the field to the right. Low snap, corrals it under pressure, shoots it down the middle, caught, but they're going to be short of the 1st down, completed to the tight end. That is 80. Trinity Dean on the grab, but it'll bring up 4th down. And the Gators are showing that they're going to punt the football. There's an injured CCA Lion on the field. Boy, a little surprised here. We're down 3 scores in the second half. It is 4th and 3. I'm a little surprised to see the punt formation out there. And now that they have a free timeout with the injury, we'll see if they stick with that decision. South Terrebonne needs points, and they've not shown an ability to stop CCA. Peyton Trosclair is the injured Lion. There is no one that plays harder than the Trosclair brothers. And that's the thing about this CCA team, man. Like, everybody plays both ways. So conditioning and health will be paramount for them. As Dupre will be set to punt it away. I am on fake alert here big time if I am CCA. There's the snap. The kick is nearly blocked. It's a wobbly kick. That'll bounce at about the 15 and be killed at the 15. And CCA will take over there. So with 9:35 to go, the Lions will take over and have their first possession of the 3rd quarter with the lead. The Gators do flip the field, but are continuing to struggle to score. We'll see the Lions take the field. At their own 18, boy, the Lions had just about everybody touch the football in the first half. We saw the Carters, we saw Lally, we saw Abear, Trosclair, of course. Perry made a grab. It was a clinic on ball distribution. Now let's see what the first snap of the second half will bring. It's an inside handoff to Lally, trying to bounce it outside. He's hit, and he is dropped. Good open field tackle by number 44, Storm Dupre. Thrown for a loss. We'll bring up 2nd and 11. 9:08 and counting in the 3rd quarter. As the Lions will get to the line of scrimmage. Ball in the right hash. Trosclair in the gun. Waiting on the snap. He's got it. Straight drop. Will shoot it deep down the field. Intended for the man. It's caught. That's Carter getting a big Terrebonne General first down across the 50 to the 38-yard line. A beautiful pitch and catch from Trosclair to Jaden Carter. 50 yards on the gain, and the Lions are on the move again. 8:35 and counting. The CCA explosion continues. And that was a beautiful throw that time from the Lions. 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Lally and Abear in the backfield with Trosclair. They'll hand it to Lally. He's going to be hitting stacked up. Got about 8 on the play. And just kind of the same story as we saw in the first half. CCA just staying ahead of the chains. They'll play a 2nd and 2. 7:55 and counting in the 3rd quarter. The Lions trying to add to their lead as some raindrops begin to fall here in Thibodaux. Trosclair hands it to Lally. Lally bounces outside, has a nice gain. He's driving to the 20 And it is a first down. The rain is starting to come down, which means I'm going to make my way to the press box.
Gator player down at the moment. Can't see his number. Let's hope he's okay.
Excuse me, y'all. Gotta make my way into the box. Alan, watch out. Come here. Excuse me.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we lost off the field,
Well, I need to come film it here if y'all don't mind.
that's at $25 fee.
I'm okay with that.
Or Apple Pay.
Y'all gonna be annoyed with my commentary. I apologize in advance.
Not at all. You go right ahead.
So just don't get mad if I turn you go, that's bull crap.
Hey, no, man. Hey,
What are you talking about?
I'm the one y'all gotta worry about with that.
All right, first and goal for CCA out of the heat and humidity break right at 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. On what has become a little bit of a sloppy night here in Thibodaux, but fortunately we're on a turf field. We'll be okay. I checked the weather app. There's no lightning in the cell, so we should be good to go. CCA continues to be in control, trying to drive another score in there. Trosclair. Give it to Lally, bouncing off the right tackle, driving to the end zone. He's hit, and he gets into the end zone for a CCA touchdown. It is 26-0. The Lions continue to play hard, continue to control the line of scrimmage, and boy, I know Jesse Turner's going to be happy with the physicality of his team tonight. The point after will be attempted by Carson Abear as CCA looks to add to their lead. 27 on the hole. That's Peyton Trostler. Good to see him back out there. He was dealing with some cramps earlier. As I mentioned when it happened, it's going to take a lot to knock the Trostler brothers out of the game. They are tough as nails. There's the snap. The kick is right down the middle. So CCA adds another point to their lead. It's 27-0. Let's thank some of our sponsors here for allowing us to be here on Bayou Sports. Mima's Cajun Cuisine. Go visit my nanny, Lori Bourret. Get some of the best Cajun food on Bayou Lafourche, located on the back road in Golden Meadow. We want to thank State Bank and Trust Company. Cajun Banking, served just the way that you like it. Also, if you need an attorney, you better call Bado, Tommy Bado. The law office of Tommy Bado is here to serve you. Also want to thank Dufresne Building Materials. Experience the Dufresne difference with several locations to serve you. Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. How about our friends at Trap Chevrolet? Visit www.trapauto.com. South Terrebonne will have another shot. Their offense has really struggled to get going. And we got the usual crew out there going to get it. That'll be Pinell and Ricks. It's like maybe number 6 as well. That's Smith. Abear has been kicking the heck out of the ball here. We've seen a touchback and a couple of deep returns that have been fielded at the 1 or the 2 yard line. 5:54 to go. It's been all lines so far. Here's Abear's kick. It is a line drive kick that'll chase him to about the 5 yard line. Pinell working up the field. Gets to the 25. Has a seam, and he's going to be hit and stacked up at the 39 yard line. So a pretty good return by the Gators, but the Lions rally. Swallow him up. And now the Gators are going to be looking to try to find some of their offense that they had in week 1. It's been a struggle for the Gators. Breeze Blanchard will take the field. Ball the 39. They've got to make it happen, and they've got to make it happen fast. They are down now 4 scores, 27-0. Four receiver set. Dupre in the backfield with the quarterback. Blanchard shoots it down the middle. Incomplete. It was intended for number 23, Gutierrez. Couldn't corral it. Would have been a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast how that one of the big stories for CCA this year is going to be how do they hold up? They got so many guys playing both ways. I mean, it's the same names we're calling out on the offensive side and on the defensive side. Now we're actually seeing a couple of kids get a little rest with the lead. But in those close competitive games, that'll be a big challenge for Coach Turner. They throw it to Gutierrez. It's deflected. It might have just slipped out of his hand. They'll say incomplete. The lines fell on the football, but they're going to say it was an incomplete forward pass. I think that's a good call by Mr. David Miller. Looked like the ball just slipped out of his hands, but it was not a fumble, I don't believe. So it'll be 3rd and 10. But that play is indicative of how the night has gone for South Terrebonne so far. With 5:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball on that right hash. They have 3 receivers that way. Blanchard, straight drop, shoots it as far as he can down the field, overshoots everyone. It's intercepted. CCA working it up the field, across midfield, waiting on a block, across the 40, tripped up at the 33-yard line. That is number 24, Patrick Williams, the junior defensive back for the Lions. It is a big play for CCA, a turnover and a 1st down. The Lions continue to pile on, forcing a turnover and a big stop on defense. We mentioned in the open of the broadcast, could CCA handle the physicality of the 4A South Terrebonne? Boy, it has been the exact opposite. It has been CCA bringing the fight to the Gators really from the opening kick. And now they are looking to really grab control of this one, even more so than they already do. In plus territory. 5:22 to go in the third quarter. Trosclair in the gun. He's going to hand it to Lally off right side. Looking to turn the corner, and he slipped. Planted his foot on the ground and just kind of slipped on that wet turf, but it gets about 4 or 5 yards. And that is continuing a theme tonight, is that CCA has controlled first down. They have stayed ahead of the chains beautifully throughout our ball game. And they are 7 yards away from the State Bank red zone. Second down and 5, 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Trosclair waiting on a shotgun snap. He's got it. Hands it to Abear that time, picking through the line, driving near the first down sticks. He's going to get a push forward, and he's got it. So that is a Terrebonne General first down for CCA. As the Lions continue to drive forward. If you're Coach Turner with the 4-score lead, possession of the ball, driving down the field, you want to take your time, run that clock. You are in total control of this game now. This is going to be 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Lions trying to drive another one in. Trosclair hands it to Lally. He's hit at the line, trying to get away, and he's going to be stacked up. Number 8 for the Gators, Ryer Fleming, cleans up the play. That's a freshman out there making a play for the Gators. But that clock continues to run every second. A little piece of sand out of that hourglass. Now 3:30 and counting in the third quarter. Most of the umbrellas have been put away. Looks like the rain shower has drifted away. But you know what? I'm liking being inside a little bit. So we're going to maybe stay up here. 2nd down and 10. Trosclair will shoot it deep down the field, looking for a man in the corner of the end zone. Did he hang on? Oh, my goodness. That is an unbelievable touchdown catch from Jaden Carter. Maybe the play of the week in our area. There's a flag on the play of the 28. We're going to see if it stands. I think it's on the Gators based on the body language of the CCA sideline. That was an unbelievable catch. It is a dead ball personal foul on South Terrebonne, which will be declined. And we've just seen one of the plays of the week, folks. My goodness, a beautiful throw, giving the receiver Carter a chance to go up, high point the football, come down, get a foot in bounds, and CCA is on a roll. Abear awaiting the extra point try. There's the snap, a little low. It's wobbly. He'll flip it to the kicker looking to turn the corner. How about this? That's the story of the night right there, folks. You have a muff snap on the extra point, and the fire drill turns into 2. That right there is this ball game in a nutshell. It is 35-0, all CCA. Let's pause. We're going to have our kickoff in just a second, but first let's thank our sponsors. Boy, after the unbelievable touchdown reception from Jaden Carter, CCA now leads 35-0 here. We thank everybody for watching on Bayou Sports. The Gators are going to have another try at it. Peenell, Ricks, and Smith. So we await the kick, left to right on your television screen, your iPad, your cell phone, however you're watching us tonight. Got a big old audience tonight. We thank everybody for being with us on this Sunday. Little pop-up kick. It's going to be caught by Gutierrez. Kicker to kicker. How about that? Gutierrez, the kicker for the Gators, catches that one at the 35. And now South Terrebonne will take over. That is where Breeze Blanchard will lead his guys out. It has been a tough day for the Gator offense. They moved the football at times, but they have not finished drives. And you got to give a lot of credit to CCA's defense for that. Breeze Blanchard will have Ricks in the backfield with him. Staying in that pistol, it's a closed-up pistol set with some receivers bunched near the line of scrimmage. It'll be a stretch run to Ricks, looking to turn the corner. He's hit behind the line, dropped for a loss. Number 52 for CCA, Pondville, the sophomore linebacker, makes the tackle. And the Gators just cannot get anything going. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is not a South Terrebonne team that is made to play from behind. They want to have the lead. They want to be in control of the time of possession. And it is not going that way here. Second and long. Blanchard shoots a little hook. Oh, that was nearly intercepted, but it is caught. The defensive back was going for the football there. Peenell brings it in. But, boy, we nearly saw a pick six there. Very aggressive attempt. And now it'll be 3rd and 3 with 2:05 to go in the third quarter. The Gators have to stay on the field. Ricks. Inside handoff. He's hit near the line. Didn't get it. It's going to be 4th down and about 2 or so. So let's see what Coach Babin does here. Looks like they're keeping the offense out there. And they are going to go for it. It is 4th down and about 3. They've got to get to the 45. Blanchard looking to throw under pressure. It is a screen, and he'll shoot it down the field, and it's incomplete. So CCA will take over on downs, and the Lions will have great field position. And CCA is also 1 score away from pushing this thing into running time. With 1:17 to go, it has been all Lions from start to finish here at Nicholls State University. First and foremost, we hope everybody watching tonight is doing okay after the storm. I know a lot of folks are still without power. Hope everybody's homes are okay. Trosclair will be leading the troops out there. He's going to be joined in the backfield by Lally. Trips to the right. They give it to Lally up the middle, bouncing outside, looking for a hole, cutting inside, dropped at the 36-yard line. I think the recipe the rest of the way for CCA is pretty clear. It's get out of this game injury-free, keep that clock running, and get yourself ready for week 3. They have put together a dominant performance here tonight so far, 2nd and 3. Trosclair looking at the play clock, realizes he's got a little time. Waiting on the snap. Now he's got it. He's going to look to throw to the sideline. That's out to Carter. And that's a good call by the officials. That ball hit the ground. So the fall incomplete. It was intended for Jahari Carter. Those Carters say, hey, if it's not an acrobatic catch, we ain't going to make it. I'm just kidding when I say that. But that one just hit the turf. It'll be 3rd and short. 22 seconds to go. If CCA gets tackled in bounds here, could be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Trips to the left. Hand it off on the inside to Lally. I don't think he got it, but he got a little closer. He got across to 35. I think Coach Jesse Turner is going to take this to the end of the quarter. And on 4th and 1, we will get his decision. But they're getting on the line, maybe to try a hard count. They've got 3 seconds to try something here. 2, 1. They do not flinch, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. With our scores, CCA 35, South Terrebonne 0. We'll be back with the final quarter. Thanks for watching on Bayou Sports. We start the 4th quarter here with a 4th and 1. CCA will be trying to continue to work that clock down. See if they can get him to push forward for a yard. Direct snap to the quarterback. He's got the first down and more. Trosclair driving forward, and it is a first down for the Lions, who have continued to dominate the line of scrimmage today. Shut out some of those linemen, man. I see number 60, Landon Boudreaux. Number 69, that'd be Evan Duplantis. 65, maybe? I don't have a 65 on my roster. Let's see. I see 74, Keithan Boudreaux. Try to get as many of those names as we can, because those boys have been outstanding tonight. See maybe a 55. That'd be Cade Quick. Be 1st and 10 for the Lions. Trosclair, it's a screen, gets it out to Lally, bouncing outside, and he's tripped up after a nice gain. And I think he's got a Terrebonne General first down into the State Bank red zone. With a touchdown here, CCA would push this game into running time, which would mean that the clock would not stop the rest of the way, which would mean that this would be a very quick 4th quarter, which would mean that the play-by-play guy would get Raising Cane's much sooner than otherwise would. 10:50 to go. Let's see if the Lions can make it a reality. Lally will be in the backfield. And the play clock's down to 0. I don't think anyone's aware of it. That's going to be a delay of game. Something felt wrong there. That didn't feel like 40 seconds to me. I think that they're going to reset that clock. And I see Mr. David Miller maybe having that same discussion. Yeah, they're going to wave that off. That felt like a really fast 40 seconds, and they're going to actually say it was a timeout. So CCA gets the timeout before the delay of game penalty. After tonight, we are going to be already into week 3 of our high school football calendar. This is the final local game of week 2. Time flies when you're having fun. Here on Bayou Sports, we've got big plans for week 3. I know we're going to be at South and Central Lafourche next Friday. See if we can maybe pick up a local game on Thursday as well. One thing we do not want is any more Saturday or Sunday games because of a storm. We're not interested in any more of those. Hopefully the Gulf Coast is closed for business for the rest of the storm season. Trosclair. Throw it to the corner of the end zone, and that one's overshot. There was a lot of hand fighting out there, but I think that one would be deemed uncatchable. That one was overshot. It falls incomplete. It was intended for number 1, Carter. That'll be 2nd and 10. Owen Trosclair of the Lions getting the signal. And Coach Jesse Turner doing an outstanding job here in his 2nd season at CCA. They were so close to winning so many games last year, lost a lot of close ones at the end. This year their theme has been finish. Boy, have they done a good job of that so far. We'll hand it to Abear, looking to bounce off the left side. Bouncing outside at the 5, and he's into the end zone for another CCA touchdown, and that is going to push us into running time. It is 41-0 Lions. They have hit him left, they've hit him right, they've thrown, they've run, they've played some great defense. This has been a clinic from the Lions tonight. Carson Abear will attempt the extra point. He has been smooth as silk outside of the first one, which sailed a little wide. Lions hustling some personnel onto the field. They've still got time. We've got 14 seconds on the play clock, so no rush. As we await the snap, which is there a little high, but it gets down. The kick is up, and it is right down the middle. So CCA leads 42-0. We're in the running time portion of the 4th quarter. This rest of this game is going to breeze on by. Let's thank some of our sponsors, and thanks for watching Bayou Sports. So, with 10:23 to go in the 4th quarter, it is all Lions, 42-0. CCA will kick it away, and we're going to be in running time for the rest of the way. Carson Abear, the kicker. And there the time does begin to roll, as the rest of this one will not last very long. Little pop-up kick fielded by the Gators around the 10-yard line. That's Smith cutting inside, dropped at the 27-yard line. That is Trenijah Smith, and we have an injured Gator on the field. That would be a tough one to lose. That's Trey Pinell. He is a very valuable member of their team. But he's quickly back up, fortunately. As that clock continues to roll, 9:40 and counting, with there being no stoppages on incompletions and going out of bounds, this thing's going to breeze on by. There will not be a whole lot more snaps left in this one. And that's a credit to the work CCA has done tonight. They have dominated from start to finish. Blanchard leading his guys out onto the field. Ricks in the backfield. Gets the snap. Inside handoff to Ricks, picking through the line. He's hit hard by number 9. It was the first Lion there. That's Owen Davis. And then a pack of Lions pushing backward. Gain of about 4 or 5. South Terrebonne will face Hanson Memorial in Week 3. I'm going to ask my friends up here who CCA's got in Week 3. Ascension Christian, I'm being told. Thank you guys so much. It'll be 2nd and 6. Dupre in the backfield. Hands it off up the middle. And he's going to be hit and stacked up and dropped. Pretty much no gain. Maybe got a yard. It'll be 3rd and 4. .817 and counting here. The Gators would love to stay on the field. Hey, man, look, you're not going to win this one today, but you like to build a little momentum going into Hanson Memorial next week. Blanchard in the gun. We'll hand it to Pinell on the the left side, spinning through a tackler, and I don't know if he got there. It's going to be awfully close. He got near the sticks, and I think they're going to say he's a little short. Awaiting the spot. They're going to give it to him. That's one where if it was, hey, 28-21, we maybe would measure it. 42-0, hey, just go ahead and move the chains. It'll be a first down. Keep the game moving along. Seven, 10, and counting. Ricks on a stretch run, trying to turn the corner. The Lions are there in pursuit. And he's going to turn the corner, get near midfield, still driving. Really good job there by Ricks. And he gets out across the 50 to the 43-yard line. So Ricks shows his explosiveness. He's only a sophomore. And the Gators will play a 1st and 10 with the clock still running, 6:36 to go. 23 checking into the game. That's Jesse Turner III, an 8th grader. No, that's special for Jesse to be able to coach his boy. Be playing a little safety here. Boy, Pop wasn't a bad football player back in his day at Ellender Nicholls State University. High snap. Blanchard corrals it, flushed out, shoots it to the tight end who drops it. Incomplete. It was intended for number 80, Trinity Dean, and the timing was all blown up by the bad snap. And we're going to be taken to our final heat and humidity break with 6 minutes to go exactly on the clock. Let's pause. It's 42-0. The Gators are falling to CCA today. The Lions are going to get to 2-0. The Gators are going to drop to 1-1. We'll be back after this heat timeout here on Bayou Sports. All right, we've got the heat and humidity break in the past. 5:58 to go. It'll be 2nd down for the Gators. Clock will roll. Gators trying to punch one in before the ball game wraps up. Blanchard shoots it to the sideline. That's going to be caught by number 9, which is Trey Pinell. Good to see him out there. I know he had a cramping issue. Clock continues to run. It'll be 3rd and 3. The Lions want to keep that shutout going. 5:20 to go. The Gators on the flip side, they want to punch one in here. Blanchard looks to the sideline, and it's going to be dropped. Number 14 for CCA, Cooper Arsenault jumped the route, but the ball got by him into the midst of Ricks, and he couldn't catch it. It falls incomplete. And now with 4:46 and counting, the Gators are going to maybe have their final snap of the game. If they don't convert here, it's hard to imagine them getting the football back. They've got to get 3 yards, 4th and 3. Hard count. The Lions don't bite. Play clock down to 10. Still got some time. Now they got to hurry. Play clock down to 3. Sending a man in motion. They'll hand it to Ricks off the left side. Ricks will cut back in. He's got the first down, driving across the 30 to the 28. So it's a first down for South Terrebonne, but that clock continues to grind down. 4:03 and counting. Kylan Johnson, number 20, was in on the tackle for CCA. And there's an injured player, so that will stop the clock momentarily. 3:47 to go. A lot of these young men did not have a whole lot of practice time this week with the storm, and cramping on a warm and humid night has been an issue. I don't know if this is in particular is a cramp, but we have seen some cramps tonight. But I think the alternative, which would have been canceling the ball game, I think this is far better. I'm glad we were able to get this one in tonight. And good job by both schools working together to make it happen through the postponement. The young man is up off the turf. That is Ricks, who was injured, and we hope he's okay. His night may be done, but he looks to be okay. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gators. The clock is going to start once Mr. David Miller blows the football back into play. This officiating crew has done a really good job tonight. They have kept really good tabs on this one. And there we go. We wind it into play. 1st and 10 for South Terrebonne, trying to get a score for the road in a game that's been all lines. Dupre hit hard, and he's going to be driven back near the 25-yard line. Good job by the middle of the line defense that time. Be 2nd and 7. The next snap should be inside of the 3-minute mark. Coach Jesse Turner's team will improve to 2-0 on the season. And they'll get a big win over a 4A opponent. That's extra power points in and of itself. Blanchard throws it as far as he can down into the end zone. They've got a man. He's caught it, and it's going to be a touchdown. Number 23, Michael Gutierrez, brings it home, and the Gators are going to get on the board. 42-6. A long pitch and catch from Blanchard to Gutierrez puts the Gators on the board. And with the running clock, the change of possession, we're not going to have very many more snaps left in this one. Gators are showing a swing and gate. CCA's old coach Turner is not happy. They don't have the right extra point defense personnel in there. He calls a timeout, a little frustrated. With 2:13 to go. Let's thank our sponsors one more time. How about Mima's Cajun Cuisine? Go visit my nanny down in Golden Meadow. Lori Bourret and the staff are happy to feed you. We got the best gumbo. I love lasagna Wednesdays. Go visit the fine folks at Mima's. You need legal advice, you better call Bado. The law office of Tommy Bado is happy to serve you. Terrebonne General Health System and the Community Sports Institute, Day 1 supporters of Bayou Sports, as well as Dufresne Building Materials. We thank them so much. Go experience the Dufresne difference. How about our friends at Joe's Septic Contractors, on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. And go visit Nick and Claire, DTB Clothing. I'm wearing a shirt made by DTB Clothing right now. They are the official clothing provider of Bayou Sports. The Gators will attempt an extra point. Snap is there. Gutierrez, who just made the extra point, bangs it home. And it is 42-7. So with 2:13 to go, there's a late flag, by the way, on this one. Somebody said something after the play. Personal foul on CCA. Coach Turner is not happy. And that'll be one of the things that the Lions are going to have to control is, look, you're 2-0. The boys are going to be feeling awfully good about themselves. Well, you got to keep humming because state championships are not won in September. They are won in November and December. So the personal foul will be enforced on the kickoff. I didn't see any pushing or shoving or anything. Somebody might have said a magic word. I applaud Tyler Lewis of the Terrebonne Tigers. We had him on. He's, of course, the head coach at Terrebonne. And they have been struggling with some personal foul penalties. And he was honest. He said, hey, look, we're not going to be the team that we hope to be if we keep committing those fouls. Now, CCA has only committed a couple of them today. They've been very good. But you could always be better. That's something that Jesse would be talking about with his team, no doubt. It's the kickoff. They'll just bang this one out of the back of the end zone with the extra 15. Clock will continue to roll, and CCA will have another couple of snaps, and that's about it in this one. I want to thank the fine folks at Covenant Christian Academy for their hospitality today, and we want to thank everybody for watching. Again, we hope everybody's doing okay after the storm. 150 and running. I know for sure we will be at South and Central Lafourche Week 3 on Friday, but we're actively trying to get a Thursday game as well. We'll be looking at the schedule, seeing if we could find something. See if we got maybe a little victory formation here for CCA. Nope, but we do have a new quarterback, which is Nate Loop, number 15. Waiting for the snap. He's got it. He's going to hand it off to number 30, who's hit hard. That is Landon Williams, driven backward. Oh, he's actually still pushing. The officials don't blow the play dead, and Williams ends up getting 4 yards. I thought he was going to lose 3 or 4. He just kept his legs pumping and ends up getting 4 out of it. So that's awfully impressive. And barring a penalty or some sort of injury, this will be the final snap of the game right here with 45 seconds to go. CCA shuffling some personnel, play clock down to 1. They're not going to get this one off. Oh, they just got it off. Hand it off to the right side, hit and dropped, and that should be the ball game with 25 seconds and counting. They do not have to run another play. The teams are getting to their handshake lines, and we will put a pin in this one. Our final score, CCA 42, South Terrebonne 7. The Lions get to 2-0 on the season with a lopsided win over the Gators. Casey Gisler thanking everybody for watching. Man, we are already through 2 weeks of the high school football schedule. Congratulations to the Lions of CCA on a big win. And best of luck to the Gators the rest of the way. Casey Gisler signing off. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching Bayou Sports tonight. Good night.